number one 5RATFORCESTAFF versus Feld, both of these teams in Division 2, their first series. And we'll see who's off to a great start. We have some smoke on smoke action. Where do you predict will the engagement be happening?
You know, it looks like both teams are going to head towards top. It's become pretty standard for these like pro teams to smoke towards a high ground spot. As you can see, the Feld are gonna. I guess they didn't place a ward on their high ground, but they're gonna block. Yeah, okay. They're gonna smoke to block this small camp here.
Mm-hmm.
They sentry up the small camp, and it looks like they're gonna completely miss each other. For now.
Yeah, now. Meanwhile, 5RATFORCESTAFF just in the enemy jungle looking if anybody's home.
They are. This is what we call the big loop around. They are all the
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah.
It feels really bad though if 5RATFORCESTAFF because they're only gonna get one bounty rune out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Storm Spirit's gonna block. It looks like.
Yes. Oh, although Pingu is gonna walk up the high ground here. They see the ward. They see the Shadow Demon. They're hiding behind the trees.
This is engagement. They are lurking in the shadows.
Oh, if they find a kill onto his Terrorblade, this would be huge.
Oh, they're gonna leave Solji alone. Yeah, he's actually.
Oh no Solji. He's gonna be nightmared up. They steal the money away from him as he's nightmared. Yeah, that's a death accusation.
And they give it to the Death Prophet. So great start for Lil Nick. He's gonna get an early earn off of this first blood gold. It looks like.
So it's a 3 bounty runes in exchange for first blood. Like, it has become pretty common to see. We'll see. Maybe if they can be aggressive onto this Terrorblade and like get another kill onto him before his TP is up, that would be very huge. But other than that, let's see how this lane's gonna go.
That is the thing about this TB Shadow Demon lane as well that we didn't really mention, is that it's not a conventionally strong dual lane.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you think about, they have 2 really high kill threat heroes on the Radiant. They have the Pango Slow with the Death Prophet damage. So it could get really dicey for the Dire in this top lane.
Also Giant getting the D ward exactly at the time as the camp spawned, so there was no way for Pink to get there in time to block it with his body. Nicely done there. Meanwhile,
they did not unblock the sentry in the mid lane, by the way, so there's no small camp for the Storm.
Other than that, this mid lane, so it's Storm Spirit versus Void Spirit. How do you feel this matchup normally goes?
I feel like almost every matchup like this has gotta lean towards Storm, just because you're a ranged high damage ranged hero into a melee hero. Excuse me. That being said, Void Spirit has just such a great last hitting animation and can abuse the resonant pulse so well that it'll probably wind up being relatively even. Especially once they're both gonna send out bottles, they're both gonna farm. It's rare to see a mid matchup these days that's like super one-sided, right?
Yeah.
You know, with just how much regen is out there with the bottle and all of that fun stuff.
With the unchanged water runes.
Yeah, at least they nerfed bottle refills, right? That needed a nerf, so that was much needed.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, so bottom lane, we'll have Aframouche and Zor, the Mars and Grimstroke versus this Bane PA. This should be a pretty good lane here for 5RATFORCESTAFF, don't you feel?
I think the PA should do fine, although I say that he has 2 CS right now, but it's a little scary for 5RATFORCESTAFF down here, just especially once Mars gets level 2 and Grimstroke gets level 2, because all it takes is a spear plus an Inkswell, and the Bane or the PA could die. So if they ever get isolated by this offlane of the Feld, it could be really scary. And the opposite's not necessarily true, right? The aggressive potential of 5RATFORCESTAFF's lane is kind of underwhelming.
Also, Albino Zebra went for a level 1 Nightmare as we saw for the first blood here, so that means he doesn't have Brain Sap for the trading right now. Which also
Nightmare is pretty good though at trading, right? It does damage per second now, although it's only 5 level 1, and then you can just right click them for free during Nightmare. So it's not that bad for trading. Brain Sap's obviously better, but
Your anger is
so I think 5RATFORCESTAFF they'll be happy as long as DNM is allowed to hit creeps down here. You know, regardless of how much farm the Mars gets, you're really just aiming to get your PA off to a good start.
Yeah. What do you feel about this pause here, little Nick? Is it lag issues?
How do I feel about the pause? Is that what you just asked me? I hate pauses. Shocking. I know.
You know, that is why Valve took it away for the first 3 minutes of the game. No pauses at the beginning of the game.
I think they should implement that into officials too. That would be great. Yeah. Don't let these pro teams pause.
How dare
It's obviously
they?
a puppy pause, right?
Yeah. And they're talking very much so, okay, Giant, what can we do here? What can we do against Penguin Soldier? How have your pubs been going right side?
How
Bane
have my
off lane?
pubs
Bane
been
off lane,
going?
really?
No, I actually made that one up, but I have not been doing that. I'm sorry to have baited you.
Oh man.
The pubs have been good. I've won every game. I've had Tiny Venge on my team.
Oh. Nice.
You know, it's a really wholesome combination. You should try it sometime. Everybody watching, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Venge gives bonus base damage to Tiny, who is all bonus base damage from Grow, so that's really cool.
Seems pretty strong. That seems pretty strong.
I also try to ban Medusa every game. I think I've lost every pub to that hero in the last week.
Oh, that's not good.
It's I mean, Medusa's one of those heroes, Apon, right? I'm sure you've played pubs against it, right? It's a pub stomper. You get to sit in the triangle for 20 minutes on Dusa. You come out with like Mantiscati, and then you win the game.
Yeah.
And the game has concluded at that point. Thank you for watching.
And as a support, you're just like, yo, can we go to him? Can we gank him? And your core is just like, no, I need my finished Mjolnir on Sniper before I can do anything.
Mjolnir Sniper sounds kind of nice against Medusa, though. At least you have Sniper. It's a good matchup for, in a vacuum.
Doesn't get jumped by you.
Most pubs aren't that lucky. Most pubs have, like... I can't even think of a... They just have some terrible carry matchup.
Just have a Juggernaut.
What's going on with Lil Nick? There he is.
There he is. He's back. He's little Nick. He's grown up a little bit. He's big Nick now, and he's online Nick.
I mean, we can unpause? Smile?
Maybe
Unfortunately, there's no crazy action to be talking about here.
What do you mean? In the mid lane, we saw both range creeps got denied.
In the mid lane, Red 2, will he get this melee creep?
Ooh, big
Looks
questions,
like he
big
will.
questions, big question.
He should almost guaranteed get that melee creep, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay, so that's
two. What is it? 2 hits from the tower plus a right click should get it. Maybe he'll need a overload hit actually.
You're the math expert here. I have no idea. I'm not a.
I don't know how much. I don't know the number breakdowns on how much. I just know I do it by feel. Normally, I don't know how other players see us, but there's probably a very systematic way that these pro players do it.
Well,
I obviously am not a pro player.
He gets it. Nicely done there, Nico. Nicely done.
I mean, sweating there.
It was close. It was close. Do you ever feel like in your pubs, like as a core, like if the first 2 minutes go really well as last one, you're just like, yes, this is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good.
I've never missed a CS, so I don't really know what you're talking about.
Gotcha. My bad. Sorry.
I'm a perfect player. It's always my teammates' fault.
Always truly embracing the NA.
It's always my yeah, exactly. This is the NA pub mentality.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do play some pubs with you, and we might blame it on me sometimes. You know.
I've never done that. It's always the other three's fault.
Other three's fault for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, we have some trading going on. Everybody exchanging some last hits, some blows left and right, but nobody falling over yet.
This top lane is going really well for the Felt. Just kind of been watching it. He got like two waves under his tower here, his Terrorblade, which is a dream, and there's no big camp pull for 5RATFORCESTAFF. So this Terrorblade's gonna be pretty much, he's gonna get through the scariest part of the laning stage, I think, for him. And then whenever he feels like he can leave, he's gonna pop the meta.
Gonna pop the meta here. Little Nick with Spirit Scythe is still very, very tanky though.
Kinda interesting actually. So Lil Nick goes for level 2 in the Spirit Siphon at level 3. Normally I think you see the opposite of 201 because you want to increase the damage. It doubles the damage of Crypt Swarm from 75 to 150.
Stupendous.
So kinda interesting there. Oh, Destruct. Does he have 5 stacks? 3. Okay.
3 stacks. I guess it's away. That was only level 1 Shadow Poison.
But this is really nice because he pops the meta on TB, so he's happy just shoving in the lane and farming, and his support's creating a 1v1 for him when he's strong, which is just a perfect execution, I'd say, from the Felt. And now he's gonna go stack. Look at that.
Look at.
Okay, well he kind of. Okay, maybe he's going for the water runes. Because that was he aggroed the camp. Is he gonna still stack?
Meanwhile, here in the bottom area, they have the Nightmare onto Shinra. And with the Electric Vortex, Shinra, he's out of mana now,
He
but
can mango.
Pingu is here.
No.
And there's gonna be this disruption, and Shinra is gonna be saved.
It's really important that Pingu saves that water rune, otherwise Shinra would have to go back to base. Great rotations from the supports there.
At the same time, they are looking to make a go here onto Solji, but as you mentioned, like the scary part for him is pretty much over. He's level 4 now, 12 armor, man. He's living life.
Yeah, and he's also just playing right next to his tower. They can try to be aggressive, but if as long as the wave is near his tower, he should feel pretty comfortable, right? The magic burst, not quite there from the Dire. They do. I mean, it's decent, but as we see them, they're actually going to go on him right now with the.
They're trying to go on him again. It's not going to be enough, though. Close.
But that's kind of what I was expecting to happen earlier. Is they press their nukes on him together. He will get solved up.
He's fine.
PA, by the way, in the hold on.
They're gonna go here onto AB Zebra, but he of course has the brain sap after the silence, and he'll be fine.
Okay.
What about DNF?
Fake hype. What? The PA will be going Battle Fury. He has already bought up the Ring of Health, so he's committed. Has the full wand and the Ring of Health. So, what's really nice about this PA Mars matchup is the PA doesn't feel particularly threatened by the Mars, even when he gets 6. It's gonna take a Void Spirit rotation for them to kick this PA out of the safe lane. So we'll have to keep an eye on whenever Shinra wants to move. The problem is he's still level 5.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Meanwhile,
he
dodge the silence here. They're looking to go onto Aframush. Aframush gonna die before the Inkswell explosion is gonna come in. But Shinra gets the DD and turns onto Giant. Giant, can he get away?
Fine.
He has a salve. And
He
it's
doesn't
gonna
have
be
any
able to
jumps
survive.
now.
Uh-oh, the Nightmare gonna be taken off by the Shadow Demon Shinra. They're gonna have some mana here. Nico now turning the attention towards the Void Spirit jumping up, but in the end, only one person going down, and Aframush even able now to refill the bottle for Shinra.
Dire's structures are
It was really dicey. He wasn't level 6 quite yet on Shinra. He got it off of like, I think 1 melee creep dying or something. While that's happening, the Solji's actually because his support's not there, he can't be top. So Lil Nick is just gonna pretty much completely get this top tower for free.
Yeah, and that was he only just now got Exorcism, so that was damage without the Exorcism. Might even be looking to maybe make the first Exorcism usage into the mid lane. I have to keep an eye on that.
I think
in the mid lane, they're gonna go onto Shinra again with the rotation
Jeez.
from Giant. It's just so much damage, but not enough lockdown yet to bring him down.
They are really pressuring Shinra. He just hasn't really been able to move freely.
Now.
And a lot of it's because of the support movements, though. I think 5RATFORCESTAFF so far, they've done such a great job of actively contesting the 4-minute water runes and then the 6-minute power runes. Really heads up, and now they're gonna get these stacks actually.
Yeah, stealing the stacks away from the Terrorblade. This is being spotted by a ward, so Terrorblade at least will not die to any sort of gank attempt, but
this will guarantee the top tower dying though. Just the storm being in the vicinity here.
although Shinra has approached now as well. He's gonna get a nice D ward here. Nico is in the vicinity. They took out the Observer ward, and with that I don't think... Oh, Nico gonna get gone on, but he has to jump away. Aframush, though, is going to be here. The silence,
We got the silence.
is gonna be there with the Aether Remnant, and now the Inkswell. Do they have the damage to bring down Nico? He gets away, the Nightmare comes out, and Nico will survive. DP's on home.
Zip.
At the same time, though, Lil Nick is approaching with the
here,
Exorcism. Shinra forced to simulate. Can he get away? The Ghost
That
is...
jumps.
Oh, the
Oh, what a
Ghosts
great
are
rotation.
strong.
So that was... He had taken down the top tower on Lil Nick while that was happening. And then he rotates in with the remnants of it and gets the kill onto the mid lane. Just pretty much perfect usage of the Exorcism there.
Yeah. And now also
TP's
TP's bottom to defend against the Terrorblade.
If they can hold this tower, it's huge. They used meta, and this should enable DNM to stay down here a little bit longer. We should mention, right, PA not the most natural jungler right now, so she generally wants the lane to farm.
Yeah.
But hold on,
The
Zora-
arena, but the
oh!
spear misses. Oh no, Shinra is still going to be approaching, looking onto AV Zebra. It's gonna find
Zora
that
should be
kill.
dead though.
Zora is going to die for this. I don't think that this was worth it here for Feld.
If I was Bane, I'm jawing. Ha! You stupid offlaner, traded your life for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little less toxic, but you know.
What do you mean, very nane?
That's a good point. But we're really seeing the pressure that we talked about in the draft, right? That it's really hard for the Felt to deal with all of the early magic damage coming out from the Radiant right now. And it's going to get a lot harder, especially once Giant specifically gets level 6. This Rolling Thunder is going to be a real nuisance for them early.
Sure. No, all supports in this game pretty underleveled right now. None of them, like none position 5 hit level 5, and the position 4 is not level 6 yet.
Nightmare, another look
Nightmare
at the
got
priority
taken
on
off.
the runes. It's bot.
Everybody's just being here as now Zor coming in here. He doesn't have arena, but the disruption is gonna set up for the spear. Giant gets away with a nicely timed swashbuckle.
Wild skill build, by the way, from the
Lil Nick
okay,
is
look
getting
up.
gone on here in the mid lane, gonna be silenced upon. They
Yeah,
have the
actually,
Exorcism,
he's just
yeah.
gonna pop it, yeah. And we're gonna see why teams love this DP. The spirits get onto the tower.
There's gonna
and-
be an
oh,
arena
hold on.
though, but he
Oh,
misses
no!
the spear again! Oh,
And he gets the
no.
siphon off. He's fine.
Yeah, Lil Nick's gonna be perfectly fine. Another botched initiation there from the Mars. And now
Oh,
they're just
no.
gonna turn this onto him as well. Zor gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Shinra trying to take anybody down, but where's your damage on the side of Fel?
And this is where the DP really shines. He gets 1 or 2 early items with the Exorcism, maxed out Spirit Siphon. They just don't have the damage to kill Lil Nick right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Of course, it doesn't help when you miss the Arena Spear, but I don't know if they're killing him regardless.
Yeah, it would certainly have been closer.
I did want to point out, by the way, now that we have a small break in the action, look at Afromush's skill build on the Grimstroke.
Oh.
So we talked about the synergies with the Inkswell and the Void Spirit this game, but he's putting priority on the level 3 Phantom's Embrace, specifically for the Storm Spirit, I would imagine. Top lane Shinra.
Uh-oh, he gets the step.
They have
through.
grip. Oh, I think he's dead.
Yeah, there's the Fiend's grip. This is going to be a dead Void Spirit. And 7-1, a 2,000 net worth lead here for 5RATFORCESTAFF. Felt
and
they're
this is
trying to
the-
respond here with a smoke.
They have Arena up in 2 seconds. Oh, this is not the target they want.
Oh, that's a Bane without a Fiend's grip. He's like, okay.
And DNM's gonna scurry away. They can get the Arena. Does he have a... He doesn't have a jump target.
Doesn't have a jump target
But
right now,
too
but there's
close to
somebody
tower.
keeping in. Okay.
That is just perfect. I mean, that's perfect outcome there for 5RATFORCESTAFF. Your Bane dying there is best case scenario. And once again, it's where's the damage really going to start coming here from the Felt, right?
Yeah.
This downtime is so nice for the Radiant because they are happy taking just small skirmishes. They had the Storm Spirit, they had the Fiend's Grip. They're going to smoke up with the Pango now. So no Fiend's Grip, but now they have Rolling Thunder up.
If they find the Terrorblade here in the triangle or in the bottom lane, this would be massive. Uh-oh.
Oh,
They
nice
do
ward. He's gonna
find him here, the Rolling Thunder. Jump
They're gonna
by
get the zip.
Nico. Soldier is gonna get away. The Leash with the Soulbind keeps the Rolling Thunder in place, and that will be both supports. Gonna be here and dying. Spear and it all. Nicely done there by Aframush. Gets that Soulbind out to prevent the Rolling Thunder from doing anything more. But that was like everybody rotating for that.
It was a bit unfortunate from Albino Zebra. He walked up the high ground right as Terrorblade was passing through that area. Great response there from the Felt, much needed. Right, they use the Rolling Thunder, but nothing comes out of it. They get 2 kills. It really helps getting these kills. Who actually got the last hits? So Shinra got 1, which is amazing, and then Aframush got the other. So Void Spirit's game, right? You look at the net worth, and it's a bit lacking. He's just the lowest of the cores by a decent margin, I guess, except for his Mars. So any kill is great for him.
Uh-oh, gonna get gone on here, has Dissimulate, and...
Little Nick, by the way, this is kind of the build you'd expect into a hero like Shadow Demon, by the way. So he's just gonna go Phase Boots for the early armor, and then BKB. So he wants to, even if he gets purged this game, when he has the BKB, it's gonna be really hard for the Felt to kill him.
Especially, like, we already see their damage issues galore for Felt right now. And it's all on just keep Solji farmed up, just give him that farm, funnel everything into him.
You know, he is very farmed.
Yeah.
He just now eclipses top net worth. So eventually Solji will be able to be that, you know, de facto 1v5 kind of damage dealer.
If there's a hero that you want to just be alone at top, it is Terrorblade.
Yeah, absolutely. You're completely right. He's got a lot of just natural stuns and utility heroes around him as well.
So right now, with 5RATFORCESTAFF, they most likely feel like, given their position, they feel like they have a little bit of a lead here. How comfortable are they with this lead? Like, do they need to push the tempo? The PA only just now finished the Battle Fury. Like, how do you approach the next 5 to 7 minutes here?
I think you just want to keep utilizing your ultimates. They're going to smoke up with the Fiend's Grip, but nice play from Zor. Great positioning, going to break the smoke. Every time you have Grip and Rolling Thunder up on 5RATFORCESTAFF, you probably just want to find a pickoff or 2. You don't necessarily want these crazy team fights, but you're happy with just finding picks across the map. And that pressure is gonna increase now. I think 5RATFORCESTAFF, they were waiting on the Orchid here. It's flying out on Nico. So that will be completed. And Battle Fury is done on DNM, by the way. So, you know, normally Terrorblade wants to be a bit ahead of PA before the Battle Fury comes online, right? Because you're just naturally far faster. But
DNM Zebra has been found here. Just a quick arena, and they found the Bane. He's on a dewarding mission.
The way the Felt's playing this, these last few minutes is really nice for them, though, right? 2k gold lead for 5RATFORCESTAFF, but they get a kill on the Bane. They take a big stack on their Terrorblade. So they have to feel pretty comfortable with the current state of their map.
They also, like, they got the Blink Dagger now on the Mars. Like, the necessary items are coming in here for Dire.
But so he just got the Blink Dagger, but look, he just revealed it on this sick ward.
Vanished, but not gone.
Some great warding here from 5. Yeah, that sucks. You reveal your ward like that, or your Blink Dagger. He doesn't necessarily know he revealed it, but the 5RATFORCESTAFF know.
As 5RATFORCESTAFF, they're gonna walk into the Roche jump pit. They say, you guys don't want to fight us? Okay, we'll take an Aegis.
PA, hold on, he's on a ward while this is happening.
DNM, there's a jump forward.
Ooh. Seems like they had a pretty good idea. They have great vision in this top area. So they probably had an idea that was happening. Who are they giving this to? I think they're gonna give the Aegis to the Storm Spirit, it looks like. And this is gonna really amp up the tempo, I feel like.
Nico now can play so aggressive, like with all that mana that he will have.
Not just the mana, but you know, the second life. I guess
Yeah.
it's you get mana on the second life, right? Yeah. So the question is, how does Felt stem this, right? The aggression, you feel like it's coming, right? No exorcism, but the Orchid Aegis now on.
Oh,
right,
they're
so
gonna
here it
jump
comes.
straight here onto Pingu, but a nice arena with the Soulbind onto both of them. That is the Aegis already down. Lil Nick here now with the BKB. Solji joining the fight with Meta. Jump forward by Nico, nice.
Okay.
Nice Shadow Amulet there
Giant's
by
just
Aframush,
dead.
and Giant is just dead. This is a great fight here. The spear misses by Zor. Albino Zebra though still going to get gone on. Might just die. Shinra jumps
gotta
forward.
get out of here. They find
Needs
the
to be
storm.
careful. Nico jumps away. Might be looking to get back into this fight here as looking to go onto Zor as DNM has arrived. The PA though, it's gonna get stunned by the spear. Oh no, DNM
Did it jump
gonna
out
be
the nightmare?
nightmared. Can he get out of this? He needs to get away from this fight. Gets another jump, and he's
Oh,
out.
that was really scary. I cannot believe 5RATFORCESTAFF got out of there. That looked so scary. That was a abandoned ship play there.
Oh, they're still looking for more here. There's going to be the Yule Scepter on Shinra to prevent the silence and get away with that.
But yeah, you really see why they wanted the Aegis on the Storm Spirit there, right? It is if he gets caught by these utility spells, he just instantly dies. And that was the first real fight we've seen Solji join with the meta, and you can really start to see how scary he's gonna be this game.
Yeah. DNM got out there at the skin of his teeth. Like, it was... If he would have died, that would have been an absolute disaster there for 5RATFORCESTAFF. As we take a quick look at this fight here.
Great arena. That's like picture perfect Soulbind arena there.
Yeah. You get that. You take out the Aegis. And then Solji arrives. The BKB from Lil Nick, like... Just... Like, it allows him to survive, but it doesn't allow for anything more. And then the re-engage here as DNM jumps in here in just a second. Is immediately gonna be hit by the spear.
This was a great re-engage from 5RATFORCESTAFF. It looked like they weren't gonna be able to get anything off of the Aegis, but they do get a Mars kill at the very least. And DNM is still farming, right? So right, for all the talk about the Terrorblade, DNM on the PA, he's still up there, right? Neck and neck with Solji.
That's gonna be the two big carries. I mean, both of them. They're gonna be big. And the question is, like, if both of them are big, what's then the supporting cast? And that's where I really felt like in the previous fight, the arena, the Soulbind, that was just the deciding factor of ending up that fight.
It's where the dire supports just their spells are just easier to get out, doesn't it feel like?
Yeah.
Just like the Soulbind, the Demonic Purge. It's really hard for the Bane to get in and Fiend's Grip this game. And it's likewise hard to get a good roll-off because of the Soulbind, so... It does change a little bit now. Giant finished up a Blink Dagger on the Pango, so that will help their initiation a lot. It's going to take up the
There's some smoke on smoke action. They're gonna find the Grimstroke, but a three-man arena.
Great
gonna be that the
disruption.
BKB from Lil Nick, and with the disruption, and now the Soulbind coming out here. Nico is dead. Lil Nick. There's gonna be a Rolling Thunder around him.
Oh, they're on the Terrorblade.
To Solji. Solji, he gets the Thunder off. Oh no. DNM joined the fight with his freshly acquired BKB.
They don't have
but
enough
he doesn't
damage.
get anything out of this. They're trying to jump onto Zor here with the buyback from the Storm Spirit. Also jumping onto Solji. Solji getting a little bit low. Doesn't have the Thunder anymore. Needs to be very,
This is
very
such
careful.
great kiting. Terrorblade's dead.
Terrorblade, can he TP out? No! Ooh, the buyback from Nico there, coming in clutch, making sure that there is an ultra kill for DNM.
The bob and weave Muhammad Ali style from 5RATFORCESTAFF That was like that was like guerrilla warfare tactics from them. Just flawless teamfight execution. Pretty much just avoid the Terrorblade. That was the name of the game there. It worked beautifully though, right? DNM, you can see why they love the PA pick this game. Not a lot of ways to disable him from getting the Blink Strike off this game, whether offensive or defensive. We saw the Storm Spirit just in and out of the backlines.
Now it's a party.
Also, just quick to mention, at level 20, he went for the Blur Evasion talent. We don't see that all that often anymore, the Stifling Dagger. Wait, it's now Stifling Dagger damage. Oh. I thought it was still the Armor Cross.
It's a really powerful timing this game, especially when you're coming off of an Ultra Kill. So now you feel like you're ahead in the game. As we take a quick look, this disruption I thought was going to turn the fight onto the Grimstroke there, because he gets the Soulbind off.
Yeah, it allowed them to kill off Nico. Lil Nick still standing strong there.
He did buy back though, and I think that's what really enabled them to turn this fight. Just the re-engage from the Storm Spirit. And honestly, it was a lot on the power of the Death Prophet, right? He just stood his ground on top of the Terrorblade with the BKB, with the Spirit Siphons, and they made the Felt focus him, but he took too long to kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He did go for the Shard, by the way, which is going to be a real nuisance if fights like that keep happening. It's a 3-second activation on the Fear now, on the Spirit Siphon with the Shard. So if you get on the Terrorblade, it's time that he's not spent hitting heroes inside of his meta.
Correct, yes. We saw that in the previous engagement where like suddenly he was Fear, couldn't hit onto heroes, couldn't hit onto Little Nick. And like Terrorblade is not really a hero that is able to walk away from that Spirit Siphon.
Yeah, of course, the scary Terrorblade timing's yet to come, right? So it was obviously a huge fight for 5RATFORCESTAFF, no, a 5k gold lead. But Scotty not quite done. That's going to be the real test, I think. Is can they handle the Scotty, because that's going to make it near impossible for the Death Prophet in particular to stand his ground. We talk about the heal reduction and the slow against ranged heroes, just so devastating.
Let's see here, we also have BKB coming out for the Mars pretty soon, and the Shadow Demon, despite being position 5 with the Philostone, has his eyes towards an Aghanim Scepter, so just wants more of those demonic purge charges.
Yeah, so of course the Ags this game, so let's think about what's he breaking, right? That's the big component. He can break the specifically the Blur, right? That's the big one.
Yeah.
But breaking a hero like Storm Spirit, also pretty good, right? You know, you disable the Overload, which is where a majority of Storm Spirit's damage comes from.
We have here a smoke coming out from Fel.
Scotty is done, so this is the timing we were talking about. BKB not done on Zor, but it looks like it might just be Bane that is the casualty. They saw the Void Spirit with the sword.
Oh, the Void Spirit. Are they willing to go up the high ground? Little Nick, he has the BKB.
It's gonna be on him to charge up here.
Uh-oh. There's gonna be DNM just jumping in and takes out the Shadow Demon. Soldier still looking to fight. It's perfectly controlled by the Rolling Thunder. And it just takes everybody out but him. And now with the Rolling Thunder gonna be taking out Solji. Giant. What a giant play there by him.
That was... this is the PA's timing, man. It's just so scary. If your backline gets found by the PA, you're just dead. We saw it there, right? We talked about it in the draft even. The Shadow Demon, he gets found by the PA and he's instantly dead. No disruption, no purges coming out from him.
And the Terrorblade just completely controlled by the Rolling Thunder when there is no Grimstroke to control.
And that's such a dream spot for Pango to fight, right? Right on the hill. Gets the perfect bounces off. And you know, he did get that Scotty timing, but it beautifully handled by 5RATFORCESTAFF with the Pango. And now you need BKB if you feel like you might need BKB if you're Terrorblade, but the problem is, can you afford to go BKB?
It kind of becomes a question because like in that previous team fight, it was very clear that they lack damage if their supports are just gone and don't allow the Terrorblade to hit heroes.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it really feels like the Terrorblade. I mean, we've said it time and time again. He's almost all of their damage at a certain point. So eventually you're gonna need BKB to actually deal damage this game, especially into Pango. This hero is such a nuisance to the if you don't have BKB in particular.
But even if you go BKB, the PA has an Abyssal Blade finish.
Yeah, and so the Abyssal Blade being finished is it's just another way to kill supports, right? Or not another way. It's just it makes it even easier. It's a guaranteed execution pretty much. And it is all eyes on the Shadow Demon. You know, we talked about him trying to get towards that Ags. No defensive items. No Glimmer, no Ghost. No nothing. He's got a point booster, so he's got some extra HP, I guess, but I don't know if that's saving you from the PA.
Where's the party?
So the question
now,
is...
also, Storm Spirit had that BKB for the last fight.
Yeah,
so he has a Kaya now with his Sanch.
We did really feel the no BKB on Zor as well in that fight. He kind of just got silenced, I think, and instantly died. So he got the arena out, but there was a BKB, and then he got Orchided, and she just had no impact on the fight. So the BKB
There's
for
a
him...
DD.
Oh,
There's a DD on the PA.
Spawned. Oh, okay. Is he gonna even pop it? I don't know if he's even gonna pop it. He might save it for the fight.
No, he does not pop it for Roche. Why would you pop it for Roche? He does more than enough damage here.
So who's taking the shard here? Let's look at shard users. It's probably PA's shard, right? Particularly
I mean, it's just more damage. It's just...
Yeah, but the big thing, right? You think of... We talked about the PA Terrorblade matchup, right? But the shard kind of changes equilibrium a little bit because it's 16% max damage, max HP damage on the Terrorblade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Percentage-based damage, really nice against high armor targets.
Yeah.
As if he wasn't scary enough.
As if he wasn't scary enough. He's level 24. 29 minutes into this game. DNM, he's 6-0-6.
He's been given everything. He had a great lane bottom, got given a good lane matchup. And he's just kind of been chugging along since then.
Mm-hmm. There's
They're
going
gonna
to be
smoke.
the smoke.
They want to use this DD. That's the big thing for them. So you can see the
And they
line
find
drawn
anybody.
to the bottom lane. Lil Nick will. He does not have TP, so he'll show mid. But if anybody gets found by the PA, you are dead. Be wary.
Yeah,
Even the
DD.
Mars, you will instantly die.
Or Pingu. Oh, good.
Alright, see you later.
Alright, so it's going to be the Demonic Purge coming out. Mars is still going to die. Pingu
Nice nightmare.
is going to die as well.
A Dream neutral at him on the Bane. He gets the Psychic Headband, and he has Ether Lens, so it's going to get a lot easier for him to cast his spells in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is really just that they've just hit their stride perfectly, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like on 5RATFORCESTAFF?
Yeah, it feels like it's slowly but surely it's just like spiraling out of control with this PA. So what's the way back here for Felt? You mentioned the BKB. Terrorblade is 600 gold away from that, so should have that in about like half a minute or a minute.
The BKB is going to be big. They need to somehow find a way to protect their backlines, though.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the Terrorblade just doesn't do enough damage, even if he's hitting the PA. He has Aegis and the Blur Evasion talent, no MKB on Solji, so... It just feels like 5RATFORCESTAFF can ignore the Terrorblade still, and insta-kill the rest of the heroes around him.
It really feels like right now I feel like I haven't really felt much of an impact from this Void Spirit, but it is really hard for him to find an impact in this game, because like anywhere he shows, if there's a PA blurred around you, you're just dead if you're not quick on your fingers.
Yeah, and I also think it's just the this is the real pitfall of the hero. Is, you know, it's who's he really killing this game, right? There's going to be a Pango rolling. He doesn't really have the damage to kill a Bane, right? He's got the maxed out Brain Sap to play with. Can't really kill the PA now at this point. You can't really kill the DP, he has a BKB. So it's tough, right? He's kind of in a tough position this game on Shinra. They need fights to go really long, it feels like, on the felt.
Bottom
Oh.
tower is under attack.
You could just snatch away the arcane rune.
Mind if I do? Thank you.
We have level 25 for the PH. She has now the coup de grace chance.
So so he did go for the coup de grace. Not
Radiant's
normally, I'd
bottom
say
tower
the
has fallen.
typical talent. Normally,
Dire's
the
middle
triple
tower
strike,
is under
triple
attack.
stifling dagger is just more damage, right? But he's so focused on killing that first hero that I think I like this talent more. It'll be more damage on a single target compared to the AoE of the triple, right?
Also has an Agnum Scepter. We haven't talked about that yet.
Oh, he went act. Okay, so that's gonna be. What is there to? Is this spell any good this
Radiant's
game?
courier has been killed.
You can dispel the reflection. That's about it, right?
Oh, Shinra has been found. Gonna be saved by Pingu for
It's
a
actually
little
gonna
bit.
save that. Oh, oh, he died to the fan of knives. Wait, is that what he died to? Yeah.
It is tough.
It's tough. Arcane rune on the storm too, so he can just be anywhere on the map. And again, if you get found by the PA, you're dead. it's a pretty simple equation for 5
Dire's middle
FORCESTAFF.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
The wages of fear.
It really feels like it is pretty much their like decision of like what do we want to do now. They have 10 more seconds on Aegis, so most likely not looking to go high ground with that unless they find like a huge drop or something.
Aegis is gonna expire here. I like the way that they swept the map though on the Radiant. They left the PA bottom, the Storm was in the triangle, and then the DP was shoving top with Pango. So they're trying to clear as much of the map away from Felt as possible. Aphronosh, Glimmer TP, he's fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, it's looking tough, Apon, right? It is looking tough.
We have the BKB now at least on the Mars, so that's gonna be great for the next team fight. And Grimstroke trying to go for a Hex.
He is really farmed. He's been just sitting in the top lane.
Yeah.
He's actually surprisingly farmed. More farmed than the Pango still.
Especially given like how much more map control 5RATFORCESTAFF had, Aphromush really kept up in farm.
Yeah, and he hasn't even had the Philo Stone, right? The Philly's on the Shadow Demon this whole game.
Yeah, who is 280 gold away from the axe.
Yeah, so once this Axe comes out, it is gonna break,
Dire's
and I
middle
think that's
tower
part of
is
why he's
under
not going
attack.
MKB on Solji. He's going Butterfly instead. So he's just gonna try to itemize to do as much damage and be as hard to kill as possible.
Dire's middle tower.
Because there
has
is no
fallen.
MKB on the PA. There's no way to pierce the evasion.
There's not a butterfly finished, so maybe with that axe and that butterfly, there might be a potential good team fight in the future here for Feld.
Yeah, it is gonna be a scary timing if they.
DNM
they
finds
found him?
Solji here, gets the Abyssal Blade, and Solji. Oh, no.
Can he Sunder? Oh, they both BKB. Yep. That is, of course, the
Dire's
counter
bottom
to Sunder.
tower is under
Thank goodness
attack.
they added that, by the way. Remember when you could Sunder through BKB, Apon?
Great time. Remember when Terrorblade was just like first pick overall every game?
Well, I remember when you did it for an entire major. Smile.
I mean, you mean the last major?
Yeah, that was Storm. No, that's a different hero.
That was the last 3 majors.
different major guy. Yeah. Go smile. So they find the carry, pretty much the best kill humanly possible. He did kind of smoke.
They're gonna. What are they gonna smoke?
This is probably a vision smoke. Yeah, Pinger just wants to get a ward out here, so. Does have the axe, right? So we said it. If they can get the break on the PA with the TB hitting him, that's their window. The question is, can they find the PA, right, with the break? He's so elusive in these fights.
Yeah, and like with the Agnum Scepter allowing him to reactivate Blur time and again.
Yeah, and Blur is
not
so
an easy
nice
game.
too. If you get that kill on a target, you can Blur jump out because of the fade time, how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So it is so scary.
Is Blur undispellable? Yeah, cannot be dispelled. Oh. Yeah.
You can't dispel the active, right? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can break him still. Okay,
Yeah. The break
okay.
affects the evasion, but you cannot dispel the active.
So they're gonna, the PA's gonna
DNM.
show this ward. This is
Solji gonna get gone on here. They're gonna go straight for the Shadow Demon.
Look at that ward. It just spotted him instantly.
Oh no, there's gonna be now going on to Solji here. They're gonna get the Soulbind. Solji is gonna get feared. No chance for a Sunder. There's gonna be an arena coming out, but where's your
Arena?
damage?
Where's the damage? They got the
there's
grip
no
in the back
damage.
lines as well while this is happening.
That's 4 heroes dead, and that, I mean, it's gonna be at least one set of racks here. There's no buyback on the Terrorblade.
Just another fight Apon,
Dire's top tower
completely won by a preemptive ward. It feels like kind of the story of this game, right? Yeah, the Shadow Demon comes out of the trees, and Storm immediately jumped in. No purge coming out for him,
Dire's top tower has fallen.
and that'll be at least one, probably two,
Dire's
right?
top barracks are under attack.
Is there a way to defend the second racks?
Has fallen.
The only good thing about the third racks is they still have a tier 1.
Yeah, they can't end the game on 5RATFORCESTAFF, so consolation prize.
Yeah. And we have now the Hex on the Grimstroke. That might help against the Storm Spirit jumping in against the PA. But you know, 2 sets of racks down. There's most likely one more fight in you. If you lose that one, that's going to be
Dire's middle
game.
barracks has
Yep.
And it is very much. There's now the MKB for the PA.
Okay, yeah, so he does go for the MKB, so they can kill the PA or the TB in like one go. Now still, it feels like they will back up 30 seconds until Roshan will spawn, and Felt's gonna immediately smoke out. So this is gonna be their last fight, desperation fight. See if they can find something.
Yeah, what can they find here? The scan does hit onto Albino Zebra in the pit, but Roche not respawned yet, as you mentioned.
This
few
is a
more
very
seconds.
telegraphed smoke, though. I'm sure 5RATFORCESTAFF should know that something's coming.
Yeah, they just positioned DNM and
Radiant are
AB
scanning.
Zebra on ground. Yeah, there's going to be the scan now from the Radiant. They know
Yeah.
exactly what's going on.
This will enable them to, on the side of Felt, it will enable them to contest this Roche. So, right, they get a high ground ward up. You know, if they can find something.
DNM from the side here. But now the vision is all in favor of Dire, so now the smoke coming in
They know
from
exact-
5RATFORCESTAFF. They know
Lil
exactly
Nick's
where
just
they
gonna
are.
charge up the
Smoke
high
breaks,
ground.
Lil Nick jumps forward here, and they find Pingu again. Pingu has been gone. There's going to be a spear and soulbind, but both supports are dead now. Zord trying to run away. Soldier realizes he's gonna be needing to fight here. Fights business,
And there's the grip.
but the grip's gonna be there. And Pingu, he bought back. He gets the demonic purchase out this time.
Yeah. Just, it seemed like 5RATFORCESTAFF was almost just a step ahead on every move they made this game. Specifically, as we got to the later stages, I think the bottom fight where the Storm Spirit bought back, that really changed the game, right? DNM got an ultra kill off
Yeah.
of the off of that fight, and from there on, it was the PA show.